Hi, welcome to Porch Time with Bill Benson. I am Bill Benson, and hopefully you know me by now, and you know the porch, and you're having fun listening and watching and meeting some friends that I've known for a long time and friends that I've liked to get to know better. And this episode I have Shawn Taylor. Shawn is a singer-songwriter from, where are you from, Shawn?
I live in Shelton.
Shelton. And we were just talking, I met you probably 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago at the Towne Crier in Pawling, New York, and doing the open mic circuit and songwriters and trying to, you know, find our place in the music scene.
That's it. Always trying to find that.
Absolutely. And the show, really, my porch is about you and your guitar and your song. So why don't you just get right into one?
I'll do that then. This is one of my own songs. It's a song about, it's the title track off my new CD. It's a song about balance. Dance with me. I can't find my balance. Please dance with me. Dance with me. I can't find my rhythm. Please dance with me down by the river. Sing with me. I can't find the key, no got the words to bring it down. Just sing with me. Breathe with me. I can't find my center now. Please breathe with me. Down by the river, rolling, dancing, singing on to the sea, to the fog of new mornings, we can breathe. Laugh with me. I can't find my faith right now. Please laugh with me. When down from the mountain falls a boulder with the thunder like the river to the sea, till it's swung into a pebble, the softest pebble on the beach. I can't find my faith right now. Please dream with me. And dream with me. Dream that this is all just some crazy dream. And dance. Dance with me. Dance Thank you, Bill.
Nice. So, what is the style that you play in? Because that picking is different than what I've heard a lot of pickers, and I know a lot of pickers, you know, but that is it's just sounded different to me.
It's I call it wandering roots music, for lack of a better term. I listen to a really wide style of music, but the closest thing I can approximate to that is probably like a Kelly Joe Phelps that I listen to, or a Chris Smither. It derives from that, but it mixes my incompetence with all the other things, I listen to, basically.
Yeah. And I'm looking at your guitar. It's
a
road
little worn.
It's road weary.
Yeah. It's
You know,
got a few miles on it.
Willie Nelson has a big hole in his.
Yeah.
Do you have a story behind the hole in your?
Just a lot of hours.
Yeah.
You know, I played 267 gigs last year.
Wow.
And
Nice.
so it gets a lot of hours, and then I practice in between. And this is really the guitar that I play.
Yeah.
But Jose Feliciano played this very guitar one night.
Really?
He showed up at our gig in Southington, Connecticut, and he's friends with the owner of Smoking with Chris. And he sat right down in front of us. We played all of our good Irish music in the first set, and then he sits down right in front of us,
Nice.
and he was nice as anything, and clapping after every song, especially the originals. And finally,
Nice.
the owner goes, "Give me your guitar." So of course I did.
Yeah, you do.
He got up and told bad Irish jokes for 20 minutes, and then played a couple songs on it, handed it back, and I had him sign the back of it, and ended up, covering it in a sandwich bag right up here, and I sweated it off. Anyway,
Right. I was at I had a gig this past summer where J-Mo from the Allman Brothers showed up, and he didn't want to step on the gig, and I was like, there's a drum set here.
Yeah, right. Please.
And we played 3 or 4 or 5 songs, and it was great. So,
Cool.
when you have the people that the icons and those that formed us and shaped us a little bit, you just kind of awestruck with it. So.
Absolutely.
Play another.
Sure. This is a slightly older song. It's about the changing nature of home. It's called Home. Time that I go home, well, I drink a little too much beer. Every time that I go home, I remember why I ran away from there. Every time that I go home, I'm saying something that I probably shouldn't have said. Every time that I go home, I always end up right back here. But there's no place like home, except for sometimes when you're there. There's no place like home. Now I wish I could go there. But every time I hit the road, yes, every time that I go, every time that I leave, no matter how far, no matter how long the road may go, but there's no place like home, except for sometimes when you're there. There's no place like home. Now I wish I could go there. Lay down by the river, hills, trains roll by. But every time that I go home, well, I remember why I came back here. 'Cause every time that I go home, I can see your face and all of theirs. Every time that I go home, my dysfunctions, they don't seem so bad. Every time that I go home, I'm airing all the laundry that I have. 'Cause there's no place like home, except for sometimes when you're there. There's no place like home. Now I wish I could go there. Every time that I go home, I still drink a little too much beer. Every time that I go home, I remember why I ran away from there. 'Cause there's no place like home, no place like home. 'Cause there's no place like home. 'Cause there's no home without you there. Every time that I go home.
Nice.
Thanks.
So where do you, of course, 267 gigs a year, but where can people in our area, around the area, find Shawn Taylor?
The best thing to do is go to my website, which is ShawnTaylorTunes.com, SHAWN Taylor, TAYLOR, Tunes, TUNES.com. So, but I'm all over the place, all over the Northeast a lot.
Yeah.
And the East Coast in the summer.
Yeah. Now you've done what the furthest north and the furthest south and the furthest west gigs. Where have you been?
Well, this summer I was as far south as Atlanta, and then over to Nashville, and up to Louisville, and Indiana, and West Virginia, all the way up to Burlington. So pretty much that loop, DC,
and in Connecticut, you have a semi-regular gigs, right? You do places.
Many places.
Yeah. So say a couple of them.
It's, on a Tuesday night, every other Tuesday night, you can find me at the Little Pub in Ridgefield, which is a cool place to hang out. It's a mix of my own songs and then some fun Americana songs.
Right.
From Lyle Lovett to Bob Dylan to whatever pops into my head, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I play Smoking with Chris in Southington a lot, where I saw Jose Feliciano.
Right.
Play Bill's Seafood with my band Wandering Roots, and Painted Pony right now in Bethlehem with my band.
Nice.
And yeah.
So there is and I encourage everyone that watches this show, if you hear somebody on this show, certainly supporting live and local, and I've been blessed. There's been the people that come on my show that really are super talented, and go find them somewhere live. And the Porch is great, but live with, it's a different energy, and it's a whole different vibe. So follow Shawn on his website, and do you have a Facebook page too?
I do. The best thing to do is go to the website and link from there. But Shawn Taylor Tunes at Facebook will get you to the Facebook page too. So I ask this question a lot. When we are young, we think, when I was 16, I was going to be a rock and roll drummer and, tour the world and be famous and rich and, all that stuff. I was probably 15. When I was 16, I said, I'm going to be a singer-songwriter. And I wrote my first song when I was 16. And it was, I still play it, because it was one of those songs that people identified with and said, oh, you can do this. And I went, oh, I think I can do this too. Do you have one of those? From way back, no, I have trashed a lot of songs along the way.
But there's that moment. There is that moment in our music and in our careers where we go. A light bulb goes off, something clicks,
sure,
and you say, "Oh no, I know I can do this." Do you have one of those?
Yeah, I'm not sure. The light bulb's not clicking, but it may before we're through here. Yeah, I mean, I trash a lot of music that I write, truthfully. If it doesn't make it onto a CD, it doesn't necessarily make it into my history. Though the truth being, when I go back through all my GarageBand files and everything, every once in a while I do hear a song and the light bulb goes off like, wow, well, you know, you hear it and you say, wow, who wrote this? Almost, you know.
No, I know. I have we all have notebooks full of the songs that you did 3 lines and you went bleh, and then and you test them when you play them live. And the reaction that you get, whether you like it or not, if you get nothing from your audience, then you put it away.
Typically,
right? Yeah. What was the last song that you wrote?
The last song
that you're happy with?
I have a lot of stuff in pieces right now, but the last one I wrote for my CD was a song called Why, and it was a really heavy song to write, and when I got done with it, it felt good to get it out.
Do you have a process that you work through in songwriting?
I do have actually many processes that I do kind of almost at random, but I guess if I look back, it might be a pattern of things. I like to walk and write a lot. So when I was younger, I had jobs landscaping, and I'd write a lot mowing lawns, actually, get into rhythm doing things. But I like to sit down and sometimes just wait for it almost, and meditate on it. And other times I pound away at the piano or the guitar. And I do like to delve into different kinds of styles that I can't play, because sometimes it'll bring me in a different direction. So that's kind of the idea of wandering roots music, is to include as many influences as I can. Even the subconscious ones. I heard actually Robert Plant on the radio on the way over saying, that he was actually had to be influenced probably by everything he'd ever heard, whether it's obvious or not. It's in there somewhere coming out in the sauce.
The most influential artist that you listen to most, that really kind of shaped where you're at? Do you have one?
There's been different ones at different periods, but probably when I was getting into the acoustic guitar, Bob Dylan the most.
For me, it was Kenny Loggins, and I first heard Kenny when he was writing songs as a songwriter, and I heard the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band do a couple of his tunes, and I went, "Who's this guy?" And then then time went on, and so he definitely is a big influence of mine. Play. All
right. Let me play something a little bit different. This is one I started, I actually wrote this when I was camped out in Nashville. When I tour in the summer, I camp along the way, typically about 95% of the time. And I found this spot right outside of Nashville. It's about 15 minutes outside of downtown on Lake Percy Priest. And it's a quiet spot in the woods, actually. You don't even realize you're in Nashville.
Really?
But it was about 150 degrees that day. So I sat down to write a country song, and it felt a little further south than Nashville, so this popped out instead. It's a song called Wandering Roots. I got wandering shoes. I got $1 in my pocket, I'm not coming home with change. I got a curious ear, got a reactive eye, got a wandering mind. I've got wandering roots. I got wandering roots. I got a wandering soul. 2 worn-out souls to show my smile on your face just reminds me that you know that the deeper and deeper it grows. So my firmly planted heart, so I'll sit right down with you. We can watch the grass grow from the seeds of our own roots, and we'll love the whole day through. Go with it, wherever it will take us.
Yeah, I was told once I really shouldn't try to do any reggae.
Oh yeah.
You know, because you have to have the feel, the vibe, the whatever, and I guess I just wasn't doing it.
I probably shouldn't either, but I did anyway.
So unfortunately, our porch time runs out very quickly.
Oh.
So we have a couple minutes left.
Okay.
And I want to thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
And I hope everybody enjoyed Shawn on the porch. And so what typically happens is I ask you to play us out.
You got it, man. Thanks for asking. This is a song I wrote as a lullaby for my kids. And for the first time ever, I got to bring them on the road this summer.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And on the fourth day of our trip, we got caught in a flash flood, and our car caught 3 inches of water. And I found out that night as I was laying awake in the tent, and in the soggy tent, I found myself singing myself to sleep with this song. So I realized I actually wrote it as a lullaby for myself. It's
All
called
right.
Goodnight.
Shawn Taylor.
Good night. I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you when the sun is on the rise, though the night seems so dark. Good night. Good night. I can't see a thing this evening. No, I just can't see the lights, and now it's time to close our eyes. Good night. It's gonna be a better morning. It's gonna be a better morning. Good night. Good night. sunrise with the darkness with its light. Hold on. It's gonna be better morning. It's gonna be better morning. It's gonna be better morning. It's gonna be a brighter day. So good night.